Are we live?
Song and dance. A little song, a little dance, a little seltzer down your pants.
I could go for a seltzer right now.
You know, you always used to see that in old vaudeville stuff where someone had a...
Listen here, see?
Yeah, they walk up to someone and just pull their saggy trousers open and just shoot some seltzer water down there. Ooh!
Aren't we sneaky, Mr. Flintstone? Happy Thanksgiving Eve, everybody. It's Wednesday, just after 7 o'clock. We came close to coming on time. This is the closest we've ever been.
Yeah.
But we were still late. Scotty and I have this thing where, like, every year on Record Store Day proper in April and Record Store Day Black Friday, it's like 4 o'clock, and then next thing we know, it's 7:15.
Yeah.
From 4 to 7:15 just disappears every year.
All the time.
All the time. But we're here now, and we got it done, and we got a lot to talk about. This is a Record Store Day Black Friday preview, so we're going to talk about a little bit of the exclusive stuff that's coming out, hitting the bins on Friday, as well as some of this fantastic used stuff we're putting out. Hundreds and hundreds of new used titles.
Yes.
There's something for everybody in there.
There's even going to be a little bit more in there.
There's even going to be a little bit more in there, but let's be honest, nothing needs to be added when you've got Nelson After the Rain.
That's right.
You'll see the sun appear to light the way. Only after the rain. And what's the other one? Oh, Can't Live Without Your Love and Affection.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. This is
a friend of mine used to sing a parody version of that all the time.
Yeah, one of mine too.
But
can't repeat it on here.
Can't repeat it.
But I mean, we're going to talk more about the used stuff, but just know that Nelson After the Rain is in there.
It's in the house.
And yeah, that's...
Doesn't matter what RSD title you are waiting for and hoping for and maybe might miss out on, After the Rain is here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hang on, I'm sharing this on my feed, everybody.
All right.
Even though I already posted earlier, so that means no one on my friends list will get notified that I'm sharing this.
Right.
Because that's how Facebook works.
Yeah. I go through my feed and I don't see anybody I know.
Yeah, right. Hang on, we're almost there, everybody. Come on in and join us for a Record Store Day preview.
Yes.
With Scotty. I think that's good. It's a good start.
I'm here.
All right.
You're here.
I'm here. Lauren's here too, but she's moving gig bags.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lauren, for your assistance.
Some of us still have to work.
Yeah, you can't just sit here and talk about records all day. Somebody's got to do the hard stuff. So hard to find good help, as Lauren says.
That was my Lauren inner monologue.
So if you guys have any questions or anything specifically you want to see, go ahead and put it in the comments, and I'll do my best to showcase it.
Someone needs to comment so I can see if we're going to see comments. Because sometimes when we do these lives, they just, like right now, I see there's people watching, but there's no comments
coming
appearing.
Up. I know, I'm running my phone too, just in case I miss the comments.
Okay, that's cool.
As I always say, we can't show every title. How many titles are there, Scotty?
This time around, there was like 189 total titles.
189 titles. So we're not going to show you 189 titles. Well, we didn't get 189.
No, we didn't.
There's stuff that we did not get shipped. Mm-hmm. A couple things got canceled.
Some things got delayed.
And a couple things got delayed. And a couple things just are gone.
Yeah.
We got allocated and we didn't get them. But even still, let's say there's 160 titles here. We're not going to talk about 160 titles. Right. We're going to talk about some of the highlights, some of the stuff I'm excited about, some of the stuff Scotty's excited about.
Thank you, Spanish Bard, for giving us a comment.
Yeah, okay, here's a comment.
Now the comments
they say. So if there's something you want to see, I'm happy to show it. The only thing we can't talk about is price, quantity, all that good stuff. No holds. As always, Record Store Day rules, no holds, one title per customer, one of each title per customer. That means you could get a Ramones and an Elton John and an Aha, and we won't have a problem with that. But you can't take all the Ramones.
You can't just grab the stack.
Can't grab the stack of Ramones.
Because then you know what it's going to be after that?
What?
No holds barred.
Yes, exactly. There will be a steel cage match on who gets the Ramones record.
That's right.
We are open at 10 a.m. on Black Friday. 10 a.m., not 11, 10 a.m.
Yeah.
Every year somebody comes late, 10 a.m.
Oh, it says online you open up at 10.
Right,
At 11.
at 11. Right. But we should just start going through some stuff. Let's see.
What we got here?
I guess we can start with Aha.
Yeah.
Featuring Take On Me. No joke, 8 different times. There's 8 different versions of Take On Me.
When a song is that good, you know.
It is a solid 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I can think of a song right in this moment that's better than Take On Me.
Yeah.
So this is from the fine folks at Rhino, celebrating the 40th anniversary of Take On Me.
Right.
You believe it's 40 years old? Scotty? You were there. I wasn't there.
I remember when it was a new single, yeah. And everyone thought the girl in the video kind of looked like, sort of like Lucky Star Madonna a bit. But then, you know.
But it wasn't.
It wasn't.
It was not Madonna.
It was just the look of the time.
This is America, America Hearts, the record.
Yeah.
Expanded edition, 50th anniversary. Can't believe how many great records are turning 50 this year. You'll know these songs. Sister Golden Hair, Daisy Jane is on here. Sister Golden Hair apparently is on here twice for whatever reason. Probably just because it's that good.
When a song is that good.
Oh, one's a Spanish version.
Well, yeah.
There you go. From the fine folks at Friday Music. How about the Back to the Future soundtrack, Scotty? Why don't you tell us a little bit about this? Because this is a compilation of all 3 movies,
it's
right?
It's a compilation of Alan Silvestri's score. You know, the original Back to the Future soundtrack, or the one that was released, was diegetic music from the movie. You know, like Huey Lewis and folks like that.
Which is great.
But yes, this is the score by Alan Silvestri and from all 3 Back to the Futures. But obviously, it's not the full soundtrack, but just sort of like the
samples from all 3 movies, right? So that's a cool release. B-52's Wild Planet on Picture Disc, limited edition.
Yeah.
Is this numbered? I don't see a number on here. Doesn't mean it's not limited.
Yeah.
Picture Disc version of B-52's. This is their second record, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
It's got Private Idaho on it, which is my favorite B-52 song. How about Bad Brains? Live at the Bayou, Washington, D.C., 1980 and 1981. I was just reading that this is a newly discovered recording that's been remastered and prepped for release for Bad Brains, iconic hardcore band.
And kind of a hard one to get, from what I understand.
Very hard to get. It's going to be very hard to get here.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that much.
Especially after it's gone.
Do with that what you will. I'm excited for this release. The band Jericho. This record came out, I think, in the early 90s. This is the first time it's ever been on vinyl.
Yep.
Handful of original tracks, but also a handful of great covers by the band, including Atlantic City by Bruce Springsteen and Blind Willie McTell by Bob Dylan. Great record. I've waited a long time for this to be on vinyl, and it looks like it's on cobalt blue vinyl, mastered at 45 RPM, so it's going to sound great. That's a great release.
How many original members were?
Everyone except Robertson at that point. That was all 4 of the 5.
Yeah.
Because after
he had other plans.
Yeah, well, he was busy taking credit for everything, so he didn't need to.
Right.
He didn't need to keep recording, and
he's making all the money.
Yeah, he was making all the money, and he's got a release that's pretty
rubbing
cool.
elbows with Scorsese.
That's what the release is about. Zoetrope fans and Bluey fans.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be Record Store Day lately without a Bluey release.
Yeah, Bluey, man, he just keeps coming out with more record. That guy's greedy as hell.
And I guess this is the year of the Zoetrope too, because this is like the 900th Zoetrope disc that we've taken in this year.
Yeah.
But they do look cool if you spend the time, because you're going to hear that word a few more times throughout this. If you take the time to set the Zoetrope thing up on your turntable, it is a really cool experience.
Yeah, it can be fun.
That being said, it does require some patience and some work.
Yeah.
So this is a cool release for the people who love Bluey. I also have Benson Boone. Cage the Elephant, this is live at the Vic in Chicago. Consequently, I just saw Cage the Elephant in Chicago.
Yeah.
Open for Oasis.
It was a slightly larger venue, I think.
Slightly larger. I think the Vic is like the size of the Fillmore.
Yeah.
And, they played Soldier Field with Oasis. So, yeah, it was a bigger place. I don't have much to say about them. I thought they were just okay. Their mix was horrendous.
Not your cup of tea.
Their mix was horrible, and I think that had something to do with it. That's not necessarily their fault either.
Not everyone is stadium worthy of a mix.
No. Phil Collins, 12ers. This is a limited 6-track EP featuring all of the No Jacket Required extended remixes.
Yeah.
I'm going to put you down for this, right, Scotty?
Oh yeah, I'm sad he didn't recreate this album cover with a current photo like he did all his other records.
It blows my mind that this guy was able to get as famous as he was.
I know.
Only in the 80s could that happen. A guy that looks like that now could not be famous.
Well, they attribute part of that to the fact that because he had a sense of humor in his videos, that it made him likable, and people were like, oh yeah, hey, kids thought this Phil Collins guy was cool,
He's a little zany.
Yeah, zany, exactly, and pushing his hair forward and all that fun stuff.
Jack Brundage says, where did you put the new EVH? I don't know what he's talking about. You talking about the Van Halen release? Because we're gonna get to that.
We're getting to it.
Or do you mean a Van Halen guitar? Spanish says, I'm going to throw some money at you guys for some gems for sure. Big fan. By the way, Aha, Take On Me, I think is Norway's largest all-time export.
Yep.
Probably true. That and Norwegian death metal.
Yep, exactly.
Here it is, our buddy Alice.
Look at that.
Our buddy Alice with a huge release. June 17th, 1975, Welcome to My Nightmare, live at the Forum, Los Angeles. Now, it looks like the entire Welcome to My Nightmare album is performed.
It's the entire album is performed. It's the entire show. That show was originally recorded for a radio broadcast, and there's been bootlegs of it for years, and it's always been incomplete. And they're usually sourced from another record or actual people taping it from the radio.
Yes.
And that, from what I understand, is just like the '82 concert that they reissued in the Texas '73, sound amazing. Like I've been a massive Cooper fan for many years, and I couldn't figure out where those master tapes came from. So I'm really hoping that this one
sounds as good
right
as that
on par
one.
with that. But I can already tell you, from the copies I have, it's a great sounding show. I'm just excited that they actually put out with a decent cover.
Yes, it looks great, and as you mentioned,
it's period correct too. It's the right era.
The entire Welcome to My Nightmare album, along with songs from Billion Dollar Babies and School's Out and Love It to Death. This has got to be fantastic.
That was the first Alice Cooper solo tour, and his band was incredible. He had Dick Wagner and Steve Hunter on guitar, and Prakash John on bass.
And that's CD and LP, right?
Yeah. They did do it on CD, but the CD isn't, as far as I know, RSD exclusive.
Gotcha.
So we do have copies of that coming.
Gotcha. Great release, though.
Yeah.
And there's no way this isn't a great release, folks. Creed live in San Antonio on the Human Clay Tour.
Oh.
Creed at its finest. They had to wait this long to put this out because the world would have exploded had it come out at the height of their popularity. Right, Lauren?
Absolutely.
All the songs you want to hear from Creed are on here, which if you say you don't want to hear any Creed, then you're missing out.
I was going to say, there's not a song by Creed I don't want.
You hear that?
Wow.
Lauren, tell the fine folks at home what you just said.
Talking to the mic.
I said, there's not a song by Creed that I don't want to hear.
Wow.
Exactly.
And
Amen.
If you don't want to hear any Creed, go on YouTube and look for the video where Scott Stapp is drunk.
Yeah.
That's a fun video.
That's good Creed.
Yeah.
Well, we should look up the video where he's at the halftime show.
Yes.
Flying through.
Yeah.
Watch that. You tell me you don't like Creed. We can't be friends.
Listen, somebody take me higher. Miles Davis live at the Plug Nickel. Second set, December 23rd, 1965. If you're a jazz person, then this run of shows was legendary for the second great quintet that Miles had. Ron Carter on bass, Wayne Shorter. I think Tony Williams on drums. Does it say everybody who's on here? Yes. Tony Williams on drums, Herbie Hancock on piano, Ron Carter on bass, Wayne Shorter on tenor sax, and of course Miles Davis on trumpet. Doesn't get much better than that. Need I say more?
Right.
But the Plug Nickel box set is being reissued. This is a pullout from that, so this is a complete set from the Plug Nickel in Chicago in 1965. Optimal sound quality, great release, great package.
How do you plug a nickel?
I'm not sure. I've never tried. This is one a lot of people have been calling and talking about. Dead Milkman, Big Lizard in My Backyard, reissue, die-cut cover, lenticular cover.
Look at that.
Does it show good on here?
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah, pretty cool package. It's got a bonus 12-inch in there. Gatefold containing archival images of flyers, letters, and studio invoices, and more. Really cool package. Very limited. A lot of people have been calling about that one. It is here. Very Best of D-Light is in here, featuring Rock City alumni Bootsy Collins.
Yeah.
Is Bootsy only on the song Groove is in the Heart, or is he on the whole record? I know he's in Groove is in the Heart.
I guess I'm only, for what limited knowledge I have of D-Light, I just assumed he was only on that track. But, you know.
Hang on, I'm
someone
checking
else
comments.
Please enlighten us.
D-Light us.
D-Light.
Devo.
Devo.
Mary Something to You, a Christmas picture disc from the great folks in Devo. Doors live in Copenhagen. It would not be Record Store Day without a Doors release.
Yeah.
I used to say that about David Bowie, but I think they've scraped the well dry of the David Bowie
After
stuff.
that last box set, I think there was not much left.
But this Doors stuff is always great. It was recorded to tape back in the day, so they go through and they remaster this stuff, and it always sounds awesome. This is live in Copenhagen, 1968 on clear vinyl. Super cool release there. Hang on, I just lost my spot as I always do. Freewheelin' Bob Dylan, you guys may have saw a video of me talking about this yesterday. Dylan's second record, and when it was originally coming out, there was 4 songs on it. They pressed copies of it. A few of them went out, and then Bob decided to change the track listing. So they recalled it, and they removed those 4 songs and changed them out with other things. This is the first time officially this has been available, unless you've got an original copy, which if you have an original copy, it's worth about $10,000. So if you have one, you know, good on you.
Oh, I got 4 of them at home.
Yeah, right. But great must-own record, and it's only made cooler by the tracks being added here. Ramblin' Gamblin' Willie, Talkin' John Birch, Paranoid Blues, Let Me Die in My Footsteps, and Rockin' Gravel. So really cool to have this original packaging replicated as well. So
And who's on the cover with him?
Suze Rotolo, I think is how you say her last name.
Was she a character in the movie?
Yeah, she was in the movie, and it was told very inaccurately. But yes, that's Bob's love interest in the movie.
Yeah.
Elton John and Brandy Carlisle. How about some In Vogue?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Never gonna get it.
Never Gonna Get It.
Born to Sing.
What's the one song? Don't Let Go. Is that them?
That's the first album, isn't it?
I'm not up on my In Vogue. I'm
Because
just
the second one it was the one with all the big hits on it.
gotcha. This has Hip Hop Bugle Boy
Yeah.
on it. That's got to be a good track. Scotty, why don't you take this one? Because I know this was one you were excited about.
Oh yeah, Big Top Pee Wee. I collect Danny Elfman soundtracks. Danny. That's the first time it's been reissued in quite some years, and the first time, obviously, according to the sticker, that it's on picture disc. But the perfect matching of Danny Elfman doing, Pee Wee Herman and Big Top Pee Wee circus music. So if that ain't your thing, you might not enjoy it.
This might not be the release for
Some people
you.
listen to Danny Elfman soundtracks and all they hear is circus music.
Yes, I'd be one of those
Yeah.
people. Another artist that wouldn't be a Record Store Day without a Bill Evans release.
Always with the Bill Evans.
Again, always great sound quality, though. So if you're a jazz cat, daddy-o, need you some Bill Evans.
Get some Bill Evans, Dad.
Flaming Lips, they're another RSD mainstay.
Man, I remember there was a time when everything they did was hot. Like, everything that came out for Record Store Day, and then until they put out that one The box set where you had to put on 4 turntables.
Who had that configuration?
Yeah, I think that broke their fans.
I think it broke RSD.
Yeah, at that point, because I remember you couldn't give those things away after a while.
I remember
it was such a unique concept. It's like all these songs that they made it sound like you never heard these songs before, but they were all B-sides essentially from I think that Yoshimi album.
Yes. No, wasn't that Zurika or something?
Yeah, that was the name of the set.
Oh, but it all had something to do with Pink Robots?
Yeah, I think
that is a great
from
record.
that, or from the same sessions or something like that.
Fleetwood Mac live 1975, peak era of Fleetwood Mac, just before they went in to record Rumors and had their marriages fall apart.
I'm kind of blown away. The photo, the John McVie point.
This is the happiest you will ever see Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah.
It pretty much was all downhill from there.
Is Nick Fleetwood wearing a hat or a wig?
It's a hat.
Okay.
He's wearing a hat.
It's hidden in the.
They even do a couple songs from the Bob Welch era.
He looks like he's like I thought the way he was looking. I thought maybe he was getting ready to jump ship and join Mott the Hoople.
Yeah, well that would have been awesome.
Faces.
That would have been also awesome.
Fleetwood Faces.
Fred again, G Love and Special Sauce. I should talk about the Grateful Dead, who have not one but 2 releases for Record Store Day.
Wow.
Live at the Warfield, October 4th and October 6th. This is part 2 to something that came out a couple years ago. The Dead like to do that to you. They put something out and then they wait to come back to it for a few years. But outstanding sound quality on the release a couple years ago and great packaging. I'm sure this is no different. And then this is an extension of what came out in April. This is in collaboration with Dogfish Head Brewery. Did I say that right?
I think so, yeah. I was looking at the logo and I was like, is that a Dogfish Head?
Dogfish Head. I got it right.
Yeah, it is.
So this is a great starting place if you're not up on your Grateful Dead. It's a nice mixture of different eras and different performances and stuff. So this is part 2 to what came out in April. Nice sets. Grateful Dead. Why don't we talk? Well, we should talk about Ghost. Picture disc of Ghost. Ooh, be scared. Hey man, it ain't an RSD without the Dead, man.
Yeah.
It's true. Ghost. Is it Skeleta? Is that how you say it?
You know, I thought it was Skelata, you know.
Whatever.
Who knows?
Artwork's pretty intense.
Ask Papa.
And now it can spin in a circle on
Ask
your
your
turntable.
Papa.
Charlie Brown Christmas, Vince Gilardi Trio. This is like, I don't know, the 47th pressing of this.
Yeah, well, now it comes with a fantastic pop-up gatefold.
Pop-up gatefold. You can kind of see it there.
Yep, there you go. Now you know.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
But, I mean, a must-own Christmas record. This is a Christmas classic, and they don't let you forget that.
No.
Because every year it comes out in a different configuration.
Yep.
And this year it's the pop-up gatefold. And for those audiophiles out there, there's also a UHQR coming of Charlie Brown Christmas from the fine folks at Analog Productions.
One day I'll be on my deathbed, and they'll be telling me about how they're doing a pop-up cover of a Zoetrope UHQR.
Yeah, right. There's no way Chad Chasm ever goes for anything that would compromise
A picture disc.
compromise sound quality. You guys heard me say it's the year of the Zoetrope. Here's another one. George Harrison, Living in the Material World. This one you put on your turntable and some windows are going to go around and the hand's going to wave. So, yeah, that's something.
I got something. He was in the Beatles.
He was in the Beatles. And the anthology premiered. The first 3 episodes premiered today. I'm waiting until the weekend, then I'm going to watch all of them.
Have you watched the John Lennon thing on HBO Max?
I'm waiting to watch that. I'm going to watch that too. Highly recommend the May Pang documentary, though.
Yeah.
That's on Amazon. Very well done. If you know your Beatles stuff, May Pang was who John was with for about 18 months when he was split up from Yoko in the early 70s, which pretty much just like rejuvenated him completely. And he was hanging out with Paul and he was getting drunk and stuff too. But, you know, John was in a good headspace and then, you know, Yoko came back and that was kind of the end of that. So, great documentary though. I forget what I think it's called The Lost Weekend.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Beatles anthology, though, I just want to point out to everybody, I might be the only one that cares about this. If you have the DVDs, those episodes are like 75 minutes long. Disney chopped like 15 minutes out of every episode.
Are you kidding me?
Yep. And they've made adjustments. They took liberties. So.
What?
Yep. So hang on to your DVDs if you got them. Too bad Riley's not here. She could talk to us about Icona Pop.
Yeah.
Did I even say that right? Or
Yeah.
sound like an old man?
I think you said it exactly how it's spelled.
Okay. Well, Charlie XCX is on here too.
Yeah.
Somebody told me it's supposed to be Charlie Sex. That's what the XCX is. Anybody know anything about this?
I can't confirm that.
I can't confirm it either. But people have called on this one, and we do have it.
Yep.
The Jazz Dispensary comp is really cool.
I know. I want to hear that one.
Listen to this. Gas, Grass, or Jazz, Nobody Rides for Free. New compilation of high-octane funk and fusion-soaked heaters soundtracking an imaginary 1970s action film about a heist gone very, very wrong, featuring tunes from Dizzy Gillespie, Isaac Hayes Movement, Merle Saunders, Bill Summers, and more.
Wow.
This is the type of stuff I love.
Yeah.
And Jazz Dispensary always does great releases.
They do.
No doubt this is awesome.
Their comps always borderline on like top tiered blaxploitation soundtrack type material.
Really cool stuff.
In fact, they did one of the comps they did was I think last Black Friday was songs from blaxploitation films. I have that one.
It was a great comp.
It was really good.
I've been loving this. Jazz Sabbath, they've been putting stuff out the last few years. I think they started during COVID. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's jazz versions of Black Sabbath songs, instrumental. This is a live album. I know they've done, I think, 3 studio volumes, so this is the first time they've done a live one.
Do they only do Ozzy era Sabbath on
Yes. Yeah, there's no Dio era Sabbath.
Man, they're really missing out. There's a whole wealth of Tony Martin era that they could. Those songs are phenomenal.
Yeah, they should be. It's a good
jazz
starting
odysseys.
ground. Yes.
Total odysseys.
But really cool stuff, true to the original. You'll be able to recognize what song it is that they're playing, but they do take a lot of liberties. I think it's really cool. Sound quality is always great. Jazz Sabbath Live, that's a cool one. Up next, Jelly Roll. Can't go anywhere these days without seeing this guy, including here.
Right.
A friend of mine, I said that to a friend of mine. I go, every time I turn around, Jelly Roll's somewhere. And he goes, yeah, I think I saw him on a nickel the other day. It's exactly it. Everywhere I turn, Jelly Roll is there. But I guess this is a reissue of his first album, or his second album. I don't know too much about Jelly Roll other than his name and that he's been in wrestling. He shaved his beard. He lost a bunch of weight. I know that.
Yeah.
Thank you to TMZ. All right, Marcus King. Awesome EP from his brand newest record. These are bonus tracks that I think were only available digitally.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with Marcus King. I think he's one of the best young artists out there right now. Phenomenal guitar player, but an even better singer. Great, great voice. His band is awesome. No way this isn't great. You should own it. That's all I need to say about it. Here's Rasan Roland Kirk playing 2 saxophones at once.
There you go.
What more needs to be said? I think that tells you all you need to know about this release. He's playing 2 saxophones at one time.
Could you tell me, do you have any avant-garde jazz?
Yes. Yeah. Tell me you have some avant-garde jazz without saying you have some avant-garde jazz. Here you go. Here's a photo. But this is done by Renaissance, which their packaging is always awesome.
Yeah.
First time I heard about them was when they did that Eric Dolphy comp a couple years ago. Another great release here. Love the complete Elektra albums. A great, oftentimes overlooked band. They've got a couple great records, but nothing as great as Forever Changes. As far as I'm concerned, one of the only records I own, I think about 12 different versions of.
Yeah.
Multiple monos, multiple stereos, the mobile fidelity, the analog productions, I own them all. Love that record. Arthur Lee and Company. This is all 4 of their classic records plus a disc of rarities from Rhino. Sound quality will be optimal. It will be great. Very well done package. This is a great release. If you've wanted to check Love out and you're not a streaming person, because that's what I do. I'm like, I want to get into this band, so I just go and try and find something that I think sums them up. So sometimes it's a greatest hits comp, sometimes it's their best record. Other times you can pick up the iconic discography in one swoop.
Yeah.
And then you're ready to go. So highly recommend this one. Lauren, you could talk about this one. Matchbox 20, live, 2001.
Well, you know, my Rock City bio says president of the Rob Thomas fan club.
Yes.
So, I mean, what more do you need to know other than it's going to be a no skip? You don't even have to tell me what songs are on it. It's
Right.
a no skip.
It's got all, they do all of Mad Season on here.
Okay.
And here's another reason not to skip it. This was recorded at Pine Knob in 2001. So, and we all know that Rob Thomas is one of the greatest vocalists of all time.
I would
Your voice might be on there.
Were you there?
probably not. I was kind of young.
You were like 5 then, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
If that. I wasn't there either, but I did see Matchbox 20 at Pine Knob a couple years ago, 6th row. Thank you very much. Rob Thomas saw me. I was the guy yelling, "Do smooth," and he didn't do it. No smooth for us.
You should have got up there and just counted off on the drum.
Yeah, right. I'm sure they had no problem with that.
But everyone knows that.
Yeah, right. Except Rob Thomas, who doesn't want to have anything to do with me.
He saw you, and he knows you existed.
That's right.
Sean Shishido says that's a must buy. That's true, Sean.
You must buy it.
This is a must-own release,
Yes,
okay?
indeed it is.
Curtis Mayfield, Curtis, this is his first solo record. This has, if there's a hell below, we're all going to go.
Yeah.
One of the greatest funk songs ever. And of course, there's Give It Up's on here, We the People Who Are Darker Than Blue. Great, 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 great record. And finally coming out on the Rhino Reserve series, cut from the original analog tapes. All the reissues of this record, in my opinion, have sounded like complete shit.
Yeah.
So I've got high hopes for this. If Greg Kane's watching, I know he knows what I'm feeling.
Oh,
because
totally.
you cannot get a good sounding copy of this record.
I've always have never heard a Curtis Mayfield song I didn't like.
Right.
But I've heard a Curtis Mayfield production that I definitely did not like.
Yes. Gatefold cover on this, though, again, cut from the original master tapes. I'm hoping Kevin Gray did it. Oh, no, Matt Luthens did it, and he's a name that keeps coming up lately. He's working his way up. He's not quite Kevin Gray or Chris Bellman or Bernie Grubman, but he's working his way there. So I'm looking forward to Curtis Mayfield. I'm going to be getting one of those myself, hopefully, if there's any left. Here's a good one. The only thing I like that Sammy Hagar did, the first Montrose album, live.
Yeah.
Live in San Francisco. All the great Montrose stuff's on here from that first record. Looks like they do the whole record, actually.
Yeah, I think there's a couple tracks on there that weren't on the album either.
Yes.
Maybe some covers or something like that.
You guys know I'll bag on Sammy Hagar, but it's never about his voice. Sammy's got a great voice. And no more evident than how he sounds on this stuff, in my opinion. Scotty will disagree with me.
Totally.
This is one of the only things we disagree about is my dislike of Sammy Hagar and Scotty's fanness of Sammy Hagar.
Sammy Hagar was the first concert I ever saw, and I was such a big fan of his before he joined Van Halen. And when I first saw him, it was before he was in Van Halen. So it was just that magical thing that it was so good.
And I respect that.
I still love it. And I love Sam Halen.
I respect that, but you're wrong.
No, that's right. Motley Crue, Home Sweet Home. Now, we talked a minute ago about Aha, Take On Me having 8 different versions. Here's Home Sweet Home in 4 different configurations on a picture disc. And that's an actual mask of image of me crying when somebody told me that was the release.
Yeah.
If Sean Shishido's watching, I know he's going to want one of these because he's a huge Motley Crue fan.
Oh, I thought it was because he's a huge Dolly Parton fan, and there's a
Who isn't a Dolly
Parton?
As far as I'm concerned, everybody should. Motorhead live at Brixton '87. Come on,
Yeah.
can't go wrong with Motorhead. Say no more. Notorious B.I.G. Big Papa, couple different ways. Now, I don't know enough about this. I don't know a ton about Notorious B.I.G.'s career, but it seems a little crazy that there's a song on here called "Who Shot Ya."
Oh yeah.
I'm not aware, but I know people have been calling about this on red vinyl, recycled red vinyl. I don't know. That's different than standard red vinyl. Oh, here's another 10 out of 10 song, Lauren.
Oh, they are?
The only song I know by them is Love and Memories, which is a 10 out of 10.
What's my favorite concert I ever?
Oh, these guys in Train, right?
That's right.
Lauren says that's her favorite concert she ever went to because the whole thing was over by 9 p.m.
If that was fantastic, but both bands were really amazing.
I don't know anything about them other than that song, but based on that song alone, they got to have some other good stuff.
They're not as good as Train.
Well, who is as good as Train? Come on. Train, it's just banger after banger after banger. Greg Kane is watching, and he said Curtis is the man. That's correct.
It's true.
Old and in the Way, that features Jerry Garcia, if you didn't know, his bluegrass project. Again, this is, they're starting to run out of stuff to put out. Live show from 73. Old Dirty Bastard, ODB. Do you remember when ODB was cashing those checks?
Yeah.
When he was rich and he was like on MTV cashing in the checks? That's pretty awesome.
That's so awesome.
What a legend. Pelican, Linda Perry. Oh, we should talk about Tom Petty, my guy Tom. Tommy Petty.
Is that my guy?
Is that my guy Tom Petty? A lot of great stuff on here. So let me give you a little history on this because I am a fan. So you guys remember there was a live anthology that came out in 2009. Came out as a 4 CD set, a 7 LP set, and I think there was a DVD audio.
Yeah, it has that same image.
Same image, a different color writing here. I think it's just black. Mm-hmm. But here's the catch. If you remember when that came out, there was a Best Buy exclusive box set that had 2 DVDs in it. It also had a bonus disc of outtakes. Well, I shouldn't say outtakes, but stuff that they had pulled for the live anthology that they didn't include. That's what this is.
Yeah.
So, first time on vinyl, but it was originally issued in the Best Buy version of the box set.
Right.
And there's some stuff on here from the Palace of Auburn Hills. There's some stuff on here from the 80s, Austin City Music Festival in the early 2000s. It spans the entire career of the Heartbreakers. Again, always do a great job on the sonics and the packaging for Tom's stuff. So I'm sure this is going to be great. This is definitely one that I want to pick up. First time on vinyl, limited edition, pressed on turquoise vinyl, and they are numbered on the back. Yeah. So that's my pick for the release of Record Store Day. Post Malone, Long Bed. This is outtakes from his country record.
Right.
Yes, that's right.
I think that's the same thing, kind of like the Marcus King, as where it's the bonus tracks that were on the digital version.
Gotcha. And there's a lot. There's 9 songs on here, so
Yeah.
this is basically like a whole nother record. So if you're into Post Malone, I always have to bring up.
Yeah.
We sold a guitar to Post Malone, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right.
That was some of the finest detective work I ever saw in my life.
Yeah.
And that was all this guy.
It was.
Lauren had the assist on it.
I did.
But yeah, we sold an ESP James Hetfield signature snake bite to Post Malone. And that was very cool of him to buy it from a local shop because I'm sure he could get it from anywhere. But
Yeah.
he purchased it from us.
I just make a call and someone would give him one.
That's what I'm saying. And we didn't really have any communication with him, but very nice. And he was very patient because he pre-ordered it from us. It took like 18 months to get it to him, and we never heard a peep from him.
Yeah.
But I remember when we sent it out, he lives in a house that's got a gate, and it said there was an update from UPS that said the driver wasn't allowed in the gated thing. They couldn't deliver it because they wouldn't let him through. So he came back the next day. But yeah, that was really cool of Post Malone to buy that guitar from us.
Yeah.
So hopefully Post Malone one day will do a in-store. Maybe you'll see him wearing our shirt because we sent him a shirt with the guitar. That would be really something.
Right.
Scotty, you remember when we got an email earlier this month? Well, I think it was last month now, that guy saying that he wanted a free T-shirt.
Yeah.
He has a band in Georgia that's just getting going, and if we would send him a shirt, he'd be willing to wear it on stage, and that would get us some views. And promote us.
In his new band.
Which, I appreciate somebody that's working it. They're trying to make connections. I'm all about that. But,
however,
to send us an email like you're doing us a favor if we send you a shirt.
Yeah.
Little crazy. Especially Frank Bello from Anthrax wore our shirt on stage at Louder Than Life in Kentucky in front of like 25,000 people.
Yeah.
Didn't change our followers at all. So this guy playing in a bar band, I'm not sure if it's going to move the needle that much. But I appreciate the sentiment.
We have a regular customer that has one of the staff shirts he purchased from here. Pat Murray.
Yeah.
Wears it at like every performance.
Right on. Thank you, Pat.
Yeah.
Every performance, and it's the OG staff one.
The OG, this one right here.
Right there.
Staff.
And he wears it every time.
All right, let's keep moving. Ramones, live at CBGB's 1977. No way that's not good.
Right.
So Ramones got to be great. Lauren, before you go, you're probably the only person that's going to remember the impact of this the way I do. The Rent soundtrack.
Yep.
This was everywhere.
That was, what?
20 years ago.
I was going to say, was that the 2000s Hamilton?
Yes.
Like, you couldn't go anywhere without Rent everywhere. And, like, I remember this guy. The only other thing he was in was Dazed and Confused. But everyone's
Who's
like,
that? Who's that guy?
The guy from Dazed and Confused.
Yeah, that's all, yeah.
I don't know him.
It was just when Scotty and I were doing the order, he's like, the Rent soundtrack, I guess we'll put us down for one. I'm like, no. People who are my age are going to be clamoring for that. I hope. I might be wrong, but I just remember, I'm trying to think what grade I would have been in. Let's see, I would have been in 10th grade. It was everywhere.
Everywhere.
You just hit the nail on the head. It was our generation's Hamilton,
Absolutely.
for sure.
Does it say like who the actors are in this on the back?
Well, that's...
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Idina Menzel. Yeah. Oh, Anthony Rapp.
Oh, okay.
That dude's on Star Trek.
Is he?
Yeah, he's on I think, Discovery.
Oh.
Yeah, Tay Diggs.
Sean Shishito's booing
I
something.
recognize Rosario Dawson
Yes.
right away.
Well, let's all boo Sean Shishito.
I don't know if he's booing Rent or if he's booing that I said he liked Motley Crue. Could be either or.
Don't boo Rosario Dawson.
No, absolutely not. Well, thank you, Lauren. Thank you for backing me up on that.
Yeah.
All right, rock the plaza. We'll keep moving. Thank you.
Yes, Black Friday.
It looks-
Everyone better be here.
Yeah, you'll be here, right?
I will be here.
Think about this,
TGIF.
people. Lauren will be here on a Friday. That happens only once a year. Black Friday.
Right.
And you know what? I could be out shopping all those hot deals, but I'm going to be here slinging hot deals.
Do they still have hot deals? Like, I remember when it was total madness.
Yeah, well, they still put them out. They just started them 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, like I've
And
been
are they
shopping
still
Black
good
Friday.
deals? I feel like everything's a race to the
I
bottom.
remember standing in line at Best Buy at like 3 in the morning.
I remember
to
those
get a
days.
PS4.
Yeah.
What?
A PS4?
I think so. Maybe.
PS4 seems too recent.
Maybe it was an Xbox. I had all the gaming systems.
Yes.
Maybe it was an Odyssey 2.
Coleco.
It's a GameCube.
Yes, a GameCube. You know, Sean Shishito once stood in line at a Kmart for a Nintendo Wii. It was only him and one other guy there.
What a long line.
Imagine standing in line to get something and it's just you and one other person.
I feel full.
That's what I'm saying. There was no problem getting what you needed. I guess he was smart though, because like everyone went to GameStop or they went to Target or whatever.
Yeah.
He went to Kmart, which was dying on the vine even in 2008, and he got his Nintendo Wii. All right, moving on. Rock the Plaza. Scotty, tell us about this because your buddy Alice is on here.
Yeah, that was a benefit show that features Alice and Josh Homme and Paul Rogers, Orianthi,
Eric Singer.
yeah. It's it was a concert to save like this historic venues from what I understand.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
that was nice.
I think
of
that
them
was
to
around
do.
the time that Orianthi was still playing with Cooper.
Yeah, Orianthi's on here, and it also said Matt Sorum.
Oh yeah,
a couple other people.
I was going through photos in my phone, and I came across my picture of you with Matt Sorum.
Yes.
That I took. Remember, he walked out
wearing his pajamas.
His pajamas with a leather jacket on, and he was asking people, "Anyone want any autographs?"
Yeah. Anybody want anything signed?
There was something kind of sad about that.
Yes, he did play great. He's a great drummer.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk to him about the Cult.
Well, yeah.
That's
totally.
what I was saying. I didn't ask him about Guns N' Roses. I wanted to talk about the Cult.
Yeah.
I talked about the band a minute ago. This was the Robbie Robertson release, which I think is actually really cool. For those that don't know, he had a huge, super tight friendship with Martin Scorsese. Most of it was built around doing drugs.
Now, is he really tall, or is he standing on the curb? Because
Scorsese's like 5'4",
yeah.
so
Scorsese's the size of like an Italian grandmother.
Exactly. Robbie did all the soundtracks for his movies from, I think, The Last Waltz forward. So
yeah.
Raging Bull, Carney.
Yeah.
What else is on here? I think the stuff from what's the Cape Fear.
Yeah.
I think he did that.
That's incredible.
So yeah, this is a cool comp.
Did you
All
ever
of his
see
composing
the
stuff.
amazing parody of Cape Fear on the Ben Stiller show called
Yes.
Cape Munster?
Yes.
That was fantastic.
It is really good. Another Zoetrope. This one makes sense with the imagery of the album.
Yes.
Their Satanic Majesty's request from the Rolling Stones. Their attempt to try and do Sgt. Pepper.
Yeah.
Which is not nearly as good, if you ask me. Some great songs on there.
I would dare say they achieved psychedelia a little bit more.
Yes, but I would still say Sgt. Pepper's the better record.
Well, definitely, yeah, it's definitely the better record.
This is the Stones at their most experimental, for sure. And it's a cool time capsule for that. And like I said, based on the imagery of the album, this is probably the ultimate Zoetrope to do. So, and there's even instructions in this one on how to set it up, how to do the Zoetrope. So if you don't know how to do it, this is a great release to pick up. This I was surprised to see. Seals and Crofts, greatest hits. Great stuff here. Diamond Girl and, of course, Summer Breeze. I'll Play For You is a great song. Ruby Jean and Billy Lee. I love Seals and Crofts.
Yeah.
I love all this 70s songwriter stuff. This is a cool thing, though, pressed on milky clear vinyl.
Very yacht rock adjacent.
Exactly. Scotty, can you tell us about Slow Burn? No?
Not so much, but I know it's like guys from like I think Caius and Queens of the Stone Age, like the earlier years of those bands.
Yeah, this is originally was out in '96.
Does it have Nick Oliveri in it? And
it looks like it might. And John Garcia.
Yeah, John Garcia. Yeah, the other guys. Is Brant Bjork part of it?
He's got to be. There's a desert involved. Brant Bjork's got to be in the band.
If it isn't Queens of the Stone Age, Caius or Fu Manchu.
Yes. Sunvolt, this record gets reissued pretty often, but this one's got a bonus disc of bonus tracks. Sorry, I thought this was demos and stuff, but it's actually just bonus tracks. Ranked number 4 on the 50 best alt country albums of all time.
Wow.
So that's pretty high up. I'm going to check this out.
Yeah.
I've been getting into that stuff lately, thanks to Jason Isbell.
Yeah.
But I can't say I'm that into the drive-by truckers.
Yeah.
It's not clicking for me. Sorry.
That was a band that many years and an Americana alt country fan. So like a lot of that stuff, I heard a ton of it.
Yeah.
And it was everything that predated all those guys like Isbell. But I mean, drive-by truckers were out at that time.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, they're like legends.
He was
in
in the band at that time.
Yes. Spinal Tap, The End Continues. This is a special edition for Record Store Day. It's pressed on, I like this, 181 gram, none more black vinyl.
There you go.
And it also says it's recorded in doubly. Comes with a double-sided poster, and check it out, it's numbered, but they're all numbered 11. Goes to 11. Without a doubt, the best track on here has got to be Derek Small's Rockin' in the Urn.
Yes. That song is incredible.
The premise of that is so good.
When the movie was released and the soundtrack came out, I had that song in my head for like 2 weeks solid.
When I saw the movie the first time, I didn't really even realize that was the lyric.
Right,
I'm going to be rocking in the urn until we put the soundtrack on in here, and then I just cracked up. Yeah, it's really good. SpongeBob SquarePants picture disc, and this one's really good. It's a crab pulling down his pants.
Oops. Yeah. That's like a digital SpongeBob. Is that what the SpongeBob movie looks like?
That's what the second one does.
Oh, so
this is like the 10th, I think it says the 10th anniversary of this. Yeah, I didn't see this one. Yeah, 2015.
I've only seen like the actual cartoon a couple times.
When are they going to reissue? I think I talked about this when the SpongeBob soundtrack came out. When are they going to reissue the SpongeBob CD that had the Pantera song?
Right.
Where it was all heavy. It starts off jellyfish and dun, dun, dun. It's Pantera. Pantera minus Phil Anselmo. Sorry, I just knocked all those over. This package, I don't know anything about this record. TRO, meaning TRU, meaning true religion. On red, white, and blue marbled vinyl from 2 Chainz. But the packaging is awesome. It's in real denim.
Yeah, it is.
Like, it's like a bag. I don't know. It's pretty cool with a pocket on there. Yeah. I don't know anything about the record, but the packaging is outstanding. Talking Heads, they're now becoming a Record Store Day mainstay too. This looks like demos and live stuff from the first album.
Yep.
From 76, 77. There's a regular 12-inch LP in here, and then also a 7-inch, which features the demos of Psycho Killer and Warning Sign. Psycho Killer, what you say? Tangerine Dream. Let's talk about The Tick.
Yeah.
Voiced by David Puddy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Or no, he was The Tick.
He was The Tick.
Was he in the live action thing of The Tick? Or did he do the voice for the animated one? I don't know.
He may have done both.
I think he did both. If Sean Shishido's watching, he could tell us. I know he likes The Tick.
Right.
So tell us if Patrick Warburton did the voicing for this.
When I was checking that out when it came in, I was seeing all the characters on there, and it reminded me of like, remember in the 90s, I was collecting a lot of like cartoon and TV show related action figures and things like that, and the Tick figures were like one of the hottest things out there.
Yes.
I remember getting that plant dude that looks like a sunflower.
Greg goes, I know what you're talking about. Must have been talking about the Curtis Mayfield. We're getting near the end of the exclusives. Chapel Roan. Is it Chapel or Chapel?
Chappelle.
Has this been out before?
Yeah, that's
This is a different version.
Yeah, she did
different
like this
variant.
whole series of 7-inches that all had like I think they had like the same B-side and everything, but it was like they did a different cover art, like different.
Gotcha. The vinyl color's probably different.
Yeah.
This is a pretty cool release. Again, Bob Dylan, Masters of War. This is recorded at Alan Lomax's apartment in 1963. Supposedly the first time Bob ever played the song.
Yeah.
I don't know if that can be verified, but pretty cool historical thing. And on side B, it says commentary by Bob Dylan. So I don't know if that's current Bob Dylan or Bob Dylan in 1963. This is the stuff I get excited about. I know a lot of people might not, but I think that's kind of cool. We'll see how the sound quality is.
Sean Shishido says he was the live action.
Okay, thank you. Now, I'm a little confused by this release. Led Zeppelin Trampled Underfoot. Now, I understand why they did it, because this is in celebration 50 years of Physical Graffiti. This was the 7-inch that came out at the time to promote the record. Trampled Underfoot on side A, Black Country Woman on side B. But they're Led Zeppelin, and I feel like they could do something way cooler for Record Store Day than this. Just my 2 cents.
The best they could pull out from that era.
Yeah, like, give us more live tracks. Give us the rest of the Earl's Court.
Yeah.
They just put that live EP out, which is phenomenal. The sound quality is great, but give us the rest of the show.
Yeah.
Put that out as like a 4 LP box set, and everyone will line up and pay $200 for it. Me included. So give us that next time. Is that John C. Reilly?
That is John C. Reilly.
So what's Mr. Romantic? What is
He
that?
was singing a couple old crooner, easy listening songs.
Gotcha.
You know.
Prince Around the World in a Day 7-inch singles box set. So this has Raspberry Beret on raspberry vinyl, Paisley Park on peach vinyl, Pop Life on yellow vinyl, and America on white vinyl. Plus a brand new exclusive 7-inch single of For the Tears in Your Eyes on clear vinyl.
Wow.
So hooks up with the color palette from the packaging. Billie Eilish Live, 4-song EP. 10-inch.
Yeah, it's like Amazon Sessions or something or another.
It's made in France. I know that because it says it right there. Van Halen, live at Wembley, 1985. Oh, I tore this one. Scotty, this is going to have to be the one you take.
I already have that record.
Well, don't say that. I can't talk anything.
I mean that one.
Yeah, right. I can't say anything about this because, as we've already established, this isn't my era of Van Halen.
That's the Balance tour, and some people get very heated about the Balance album. I felt like that album was Van Halen at their most creative, not necessarily rockin'. We heard all that, but they were. I felt like they were really getting creative. But then some other people think that was just like a hodgepodge.
Yes.
Having a track that's almost all a drum solo, but, you really don't get a ton of that.
No.
But it's produced very well.
Warren
Sonically,
Frankfurt.
it's so good.
Warren Frankfurt says Warburton was live action, and the guy you mentioned was animated version. So there we go. That's for the Tick, by the way.
Yeah.
We're like 10 releases ahead of that now. I'm moving too quick. Boycott, Moore's Zoetrope from Sun Records. T-Bone Walker, T-Bone's Blues, another great record. This is an expanded version with a bonus EP, and this is mono.
Yep.
Again, cut from the master tapes, 1959. Wow, that's crazy. Analog Productions just did a
like yesterday.
just did a 2 LP mastered at 45 of that. Sounds great. Very best of Eric Burden and War. This is something everybody should have. I got the box set a couple of years ago. Remember that for Record Store Day?
That was great.
Had all their records in it. Really cool jammy stuff in there. Ween, I know we always get people coming in asking about, do you have any Ween records? Now we do. 20th anniversary of the legendary Ween Rarities compilation on beautiful limited edition brown vinyl.
Yeah, brown.
Yeah, brown.
They have an album called Paint the Town Brown.
Do they? Wicked. Everybody's talking about Wicked. We should say we don't have any Wicked turntables.
Yeah.
They canned us on that.
Yeah.
They said GFY.
Yeah.
And didn't send any. So we didn't get those. But we do have the Wicked soundtrack. I don't know what color this is. Maybe pink and green would be my
possibly.
guess. Wilco. Bobby Womack. I don't know what this thing is,
but that's some 70s stoner rock.
I was going to say, I read the hype sticker, and it sounds killer.
You know who can give you a nice little dissertation on that?
Who?
Our good friend Silas Grimes.
Oh, does he know about this?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'll have to ask Silas about this. But yeah, this looks really cool.
Yeah.
I have considered picking that up. I know people are excited about this. Dwight Yoakam, and then I wrote the first 3 albums of the 90s. These have not been available for a very, 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 very long time. Rhino put this box set out, and As If There Was a Way this time, Gone and Beyond. So, a 4-disc set for the Dwight Yoakam fan in your life. There's also Lester Young and Warren Zevon, his last ever live show.
Wow.
Yes. 2003, I think? 2002.
But not his last ever cigarette.
No, good on him that he just kept smoking. Why not? Why not?
You ever see that David Letterman interview?
Yes.
Legendary.
Yes, it's great. That sums up Record Store Day. Like I said, I didn't show everything. There's 170 titles or something.
Yeah, there's other stuff in there.
There's a lot of great stuff in there. Now we're going to give you a preview of the used stuff. Again, we can't go through all of this. There's hundreds and hundreds of records, but I'll just flip through and talk about some stuff. We do have some collectible stuff on the counter here. Grateful Dead live in 1974, the 5 LP box of Elvis live in Las Vegas, This one you never see. It took me forever to find one of these for my collection.
Yeah.
Frank Zappa, Shut Up and Play Your Guitar, 3-record
Didn't I
set.
get you one of those?
You did. I was going to say, I bought mine from you.
Yeah.
Goo Goo Dolls. This is like their later 2000s records, right?
Yeah, it's everything. It's actually everything from Dizzy Up the Girl and up, except for like that, give or take the last, three or four albums.
Gotcha. But that's a rare set here. Black Crow, Shake Your Moneymaker. This is Blink-182 Enema of the State on white vinyl.
Yeah.
Very rare. Def Leppard, Vault, featuring, if Sean Shishido's still watching, When Love and Hate Collide is on here. A yellow and neon green version of Poison Greatest Hits. Here's where you get into some really good stuff. Ace Frehley's solo album, still sealed. Still in the shrink.
Original pressing.
Original press.
Not 2014.
R.I.P. Ace. But
Yes.
I've never seen a sealed copy of this one.
Yeah.
I have a sealed Peter Criss. I have a sealed Gene Simmons. I don't think I've got a sealed Paul Stanley, but I've never seen a sealed Ace Frehley 78 solo album. So I have to imagine that the poster's in there. Obviously, it does have a little bit of wear there and stuff, but the shrink is mostly intact. Poster, all that good stuff. Great. The best Kiss, non-Kiss album, right?
Sure.
Well, what else would you say?
Oh God. I mean, Paul Stanley, man.
The Paul one is great, too. I argue with people all the time that the Paul one's
But
great.
I think both those albums are fantastic in their own right.
The Gene one's okay. The Peter one,
It's like
I like the Peter one, but I have a Peter Criss tattoo.
Yeah,
so.
I don't have any disliking of
Peter.
of Peter's whatsoever. It's different than the rest,
Yes.
But that's the one thing I do like about the Kiss solo albums is that they each guy, like, they're not all playing up the same record.
No. But I do think at the time, at the height of their popularity, nobody wanted Tossin' and Turnin' from Peter Criss.
I don't think so.
Warrant Cherry Pie, that's a rare record featuring Uncle Tom's Cabin, which I was just talking with Tin, who brought it up. For my money, the best track of the 80s glam metal scene and all that encompasses it is Warrant Uncle Tom's Cabin.
Wow.
I invite you in the comments to tell me what song you like better. Uncle Tom's Cabin is a masterpiece. 20 out of 10 for Uncle Tom's Cabin.
I think Lovin' You's a Dirty Job from Rat.
It's a good one. It's a good one. It's not Uncle Tom's Cabin good, though. I told the guys in Blackberry Smoke once that they should cover Uncle Tom's Cabin.
Yeah.
I was telling Britt, I said, you guys should do Uncle Tom's Cabin, and he said, you should shut up. Temple of the Dog 2 LP set, and Psychotic Supper from Tesla.
Yeah.
And Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness, which a couple years ago you couldn't put your hands on.
Yeah.
Now everybody's got them coming out of their ears. Still a great record and just celebrated its 30th
I
anniversary.
could put a copy in all 5 of your hands right now.
All 5 of my hands. Let's talk about some of the, so that's a preview of some of the collectible stuff. There's more of that out and about. But we have bins full of used records that we put out.
Bins. In the UK, they refer to the trash can as the bin.
Somebody goes, Uncle Tom's Cabin is pretty amazing. Jessica Michelle says, I agree 10,000%. They also asked if we have any Butch Walker. No Butch in this drop, but we do still have signed copies of Glenn from Butch's in-store
we
here.
We have a few Marvelous 3 records.
There is, I was going to say, we've got Marvelous 3 in stock.
I think we have Ready, Sex, Go over there still.
And Hey Album,
And
I
Hey
think.
Album. Is there a copy of Hey Album? That's a hard
Maybe.
one.
I don't know.
Even that repress was a little hard to get.
Yes. But, yeah, we try and have Butch's stuff in.
Yeah.
Butch is in train now to bring this full circle.
Yep.
Okay, let's look at some of this other great used stuff, like Paula Abdul, Forever Your Girl.
Yep.
A high priority in my collection for sure. No, there's some Ryan Adams in here, not to be confused with Bryan Adams. Ryan Adams. Aerosmith, Get a Grip. Hang on, I'm going to find something that I can talk about here. Some cool Beatles
You're
stuff.
not going to talk about Loud and Clear from Autograph?
What is there to talk about? This doesn't even have Turn Up the Radio.
Well, that's the one thing you can talk about.
It doesn't have Turn Up the Radio on it, and it doesn't have the Seventh Heaven theme
What
song
about
that he
blondes
wrote.
and black cars burning up the boulevard.
That's not on here either. I've got a feeling that the song "Just Got Back from Heaven" is probably good. I don't know it, but it's got to be good.
Singing about on that.
I don't want to touch that. This is kind of a rarity. The record's not very good, but John Lennon and Yoko Ono, two virgins in the bag still.
Yeah.
That's kind of a rare piece.
It does have the original cover in it because I was unfortunately had to pull it out to clean the record, and
How about
got more than I wanted to see.
How about Soul Provider, Michael Bolton?
Yes.
Look how serious Michael Bolton is in this. Is this before? Oh, this is right at the same time that he co-wrote Forever with Paul Stanley.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's his. That's even though he had other albums out, I'm pretty sure that's the reinvention of Michael Bolton because the previous one was like a hard rock record.
Yeah, with Bruce Kulick on
everybody,
guitar.
Get crazy and all those songs.
Everybody's crazy.
Everybody's
This
crazy.
has
The
How
song
Am I
on the
Supposed
Back
to
to
Live
School
Without You?
soundtrack.
Oh yeah, that's right, with Rodney Dangerfield. Black Crowes Lions, Blind Melon. This record you don't see often.
Yeah.
Blind Melon is in here. Mr. Big. The Bohemian Rhapsody soundtrack. Sorry, I'm trying to just show off some choice stuff. Candlebox.
Yep.
Self-titled Candlebox record. I saw they're doing 2 nights at the Machine Shop coming
Yeah, I
up.
thought they broke up.
So did I.
Like 2 or 3 years ago.
No, count them in the list of people that said they were doing farewell tours and then they're just coming back.
Now they're coming back to the Machine Shop.
Right.
No offense to the Machine
No,
Shop.
no, love the Machine
But it's
Shop,
like-
but you have to scratch your head sometimes. But no bigger offender. Because I know people always want to dog on Kiss for that, and I understand. But no bigger offenders of the farewell tour and just lying to people than Motley Crue. No one. Yeah. Remember they had that big press conference and they said, look, we signed this thing that we're not going to come back. And then they were gone like 2 minutes and came back.
They did they did 2 solid years of getting spanked every night by Alice Cooper.
Alice Cooper, yeah.
And then, they disappeared for a while, then, the scars healed.
Now, I've talked a minute ago about Warrant Uncle Tom's Cabin.
Yeah.
And Cherry Pie as a record is just okay. Other than if you took Uncle Tom's Cabin off that record, I would have nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
Now, front to back, great hair metal. Night Song, Cinderella, must own, great record. Look how awesome
Look
they
at their
are.
outfits.
Especially Eric Brittingham. Look at his hair. I wish I could have hair that good.
I was in high school when all that was out, and and that's what we listened to. And my friends and I would say, like, can you imagine going to school dressed like that?
Right.
It was the same time when Priest put out Turbo. Like, what if someone just showed up wearing one of the same outfits?
Somebody just asked, what time do the doors open? 10 a.m. Ed, 10 a.m. is when the doors will open. You're free to line up anytime before that. I know it's going to be cold.
Yeah.
So work that out with your fellow people in line. But 10 a.m. is when we're going to open.
If I'm in here prepping things, don't bang on the windows.
Don't bang on the window.
I can't open the doors any earlier.
Yes. This was the show Scotty was referring to earlier when he was comparing the new Welcome to My Nightmare. He was talking about this, the live in 1973 Houston, Texas, $1 Billion Babies tour, original band on this.
That board mix was just, it blew me away because there is a concert film from that same show, but the way they shot it and the way the audio mix was on it was never great until they put it out on Blu-ray, and it sounded incredible, but that mix sounds even better.
Yeah, it's really good. This is getting harder and harder to find. Constrictor
Yes, it is.
in good condition.
Well, and I think part of that is due to the fact that the 2 albums that Alice Cooper did with MCA in 86 and 87 have never been reissued on vinyl.
This
Constrictor
and what's the Raise Your Fist and Yell. Yeah.
Yeah, I was in high school and both of those came out. I still remember getting on my bike and going to the mall on my lunch.
Jessica, no, 10 a.m. on Friday.
Right.
Not tomorrow.
Yeah.
Warren, you have a good holiday too. Thanks for saying that.
Thanks, Warren.
Thank you. This is a great reissue. For those that don't have it. I had this. This came from my collection, actually.
Yeah, and that one's sealed.
This is still sealed. All analog reissue of David Crosby's If I Only Could Remember My Name. It's got everybody from the scene on it.
Yep.
Neil Young's on it, Graham Nash is on it, Jerry Garcia's on it, Phil Lesh is on it. It's great record, front to back. Jim Croce, The Cure, Charlie Crockett, Miles Davis, Bitches Brew. You don't see that used very often.
You don't see those they're not like super expensive or anything, but you don't see the used Charlie Crockett stuff that often either.
No.
A lot of good Def Leppard in there.
Tons of great Def Leppard in here.
And, outside of, you got a sealed copy of On Through the Night.
That's what I was just going to talk about.
But there's also...
Great Def Leppard here. I want a sealed Pyromania. Original. Yeah. I want one. So if one comes through, let me know.
If we ever see one. Yeah, I'll tell you, though, that the 40th anniversary that they did of Pyromania... I put it up against the original.
Really? It sounds that good?
Back then, some hard rock and heavy metal just wasn't. I felt like wasn't mastered properly for vinyl that well.
Yes.
Especially even heavier, bands. But since then they've come up with a much better version.
See how the light's hitting this?
Yeah.
Disney 100th anniversary 2LP on silver vinyl. This has got stuff from Mary Poppins all the way to Lilo and Stitch. Quite the comp from the fine folks at Disney who managed to chop up the Beatles anthology. Here we go. Easy Does It.
Yeah.
Great record.
That news of them chopping up the Beatles anthology may very well have ruined my Thanksgiving.
I know. I was not too happy about it.
I was willing to accept the fact that this year I won't have dinner with any family or anyone, and it'll just be, a frozen pizza. And I was looking forward to that. Now I'll probably just watch Ernest Saves Christmas again.
I can't believe you watched it once.
Hey, I was watching the Lions, and what I saw made me watch
Ernest Saves Christmas as a palate cleanser. This is a great Elvis comp, but most importantly, Elvis. Where'd it go? I lost my spot. Elvis at Madison Square Garden. Okay, apparently what
Maybe
the hell?
Oh,
here it is.
Oh, yeah, that's a great record.
If Russ Robinson's watching, the greatest gift I ever got from Russ was him telling me about this record.
Yep, absolutely.
Love it.
And the reissue that had came out for that.
Yes.
Phenomenal.
Ronnie Tutt on drums, I believe. There's a bunch of Eagles records in here, all in great condition.
Well, speaking of, for Elvis, if you are an Elvis collector or an aficionado, one of the coolest things that was happening for a number of years ago were the Follow That Dream reissues that were coming out through RCA, where they were putting out these double LPs with all the stuff from those movies, because the soundtracks were somewhat limited, and they were remastered and it sounded incredible. The original soundtracks are hard to find because he was cranking out 3 movies a year, and then they would just throw together a soundtrack, and then boom, gone.
Incredible. But yeah, great packaging on this as well. A lot of Elvis in here. There's Eminem in here, Faster Pussycat, which, where's the song? Slip of the Tongue.
Yeah.
That's the Faster Pussycat jam.
Yeah.
I'm in a 80s glam metal mood tonight. It's certainly not their cover of You're So Vain.
Right.
That's no good. This is phenomenal. Oh Me, Oh My, Aretha live in Philly, 1972.
Yep. Front to back. That is so good.
So good. If you think you can sing, put this on and you'll quickly realize you cannot.
Right.
Right? How about the Friends soundtrack? That you never see used.
No.
When are they going to do Seinfeld like this? That would be a good record store day release.
I know. Maybe, since they reuse a lot of those songs over and over, maybe it would just be a 10-inch, but still, how much of that fake slap bass, how many outtakes they got of those?
Spanish, thank you for your kind words. Hopefully we're going to see you here. Mike Harkins is watching. Hi, Mike. Hi, Greg Kane.
Jessica Michelle, I agree that Where There's a Whip, There's a Way was a great Faster Pussycat song.
That one's all right. It's no slip of the tongue.
Yeah.
Uh,
But they're both very dirty.
yes. Greg Kane says, if I only could remember my name, one of the best. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I was sharing, Greg. Those are that's an awesome album. This is great too. Genesis Live.
Yeah.
This is Peter Gabriel era Genesis. One of the last things they did with him.
Was,
right before Lamb Lies Down.
And that was a bit of a gem that in this drop, because I was going through we have a lot of boxes of records in the back that are just, things that are, grandma's easy listening. And then I came across Genesis Live. I was like, holy.
Where did this come
wow.
from? We have Best of Grand Funk Railroad, but most importantly,
it's like a weird French import too.
I've never seen this actually.
Yeah.
Look, this is when they have Craig Frost as the keyboard.
Yeah.
But one of my favorite album covers and packages ever, Grand Funk Railroad, E Pluribus Funk, like a quarter.
Yeah.
Outstanding. Yep. The only thing better than this, there's a rare unauthorized comp that came out in the early 70s when Grand Funk were at their biggest. And it's only got Don Brewer and Mark Farner on it from the band they were in previously. And it's called Monumental Funk.
Yes, indeed. I know that cover well.
The cover is a bust of Mark Farner and a bust of Don Brewer. And the picture of Don Brewer, hang on, this is worth showing on here.
You have not seen this before.
Don Brewer, Monumental Funk. I met Don Brewer, and all I wanted to ask him about was this. Here we go. Don Brewer, Monumental Funk. That is just so good. Look at that cover. When are they going to reissue Monumental Funk?
Right.
So good. One of the greatest afros of all time is Don Brewer. Ed Somerville says, I'm bringing a wallet full of money. Thank you, Ed.
Yeah.
That would be great. Lauren Zabo, no thanks, make a Seinfeld soundtrack. Amen.
Yes, indeed.
All right. Grand Funk, there's a ton of Grateful Dead in here. You never see used Dead, and you especially never see it in good condition.
Yeah.
This stuff is in great condition. You got a best of Europe 72 with the book, 3 LP set on the Warner Green label, Terrapin Station, Oxomoxoa, that's how you say it, Oxomoxoa. American Beauty, Working Man's Dead, a Mo-Fi copy of Blues for Allah. This was a comp from Record Store Day a couple years ago.
Dogfish Head joint,
yeah,
isn't it?
Sage and Spirit. This is studio stuff though. This isn't live stuff. From the Back Porch is live stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, the Grateful Dead is in here, or I'm sorry, Skull and Roses is what it's referred to here. And then a couple Jerry Garcia solo records. Green Day's Greatest Hits. Guns N' Roses, Use Your Illusion 1 and 2. This is a super cool comp. I don't know when this came out. I don't remember us having this, but this was a Rocktober release from a couple years ago.
Yeah.
This has Dio, Twisted Sister, Winger, David Lee Roth, Dawkins, Skid Row, Bullet Boys, Lynch Mob, Faster Pussycat, and Metal Church on one record. Kind of an odd comp, but really cool stuff.
Let me see this.
When are they going to reissue?
I have seen every one of these artists.
Yeah? I think
in this time period.
I didn't see every one of these artists in this time period, but I didn't even see them then.
Yeah.
But this has another great track of that time period, of that genre, Wicked Sensation by Lynch Mob.
Yes.
Another great song by Lynch Mob, River of Love.
Yeah.
When are they going to reissue Wicked Sensation
Yeah.
on LP? Somebody needs to do that. Hendrix,
It was reissued. It was insanely expensive.
Really? Probably an import, right?
I don't know. I felt like it was like I could be wrong, like a Friday music type thing, which would be
an import.
It would be expensive.
Yeah, that's true.
But
I love that.
Yeah, I remember
record.
that came out, and I was like, "What? What are they thinking?"
Janet Jackson, Rhythm Nation, In Excess is in here. This is a rare one. Mm-hmm. Michael Jackson, History, or His Story.
Yeah.
Either way you want to put it. If Russ Robinson's watching this, he can give us the whole rundown on this. He claims MoFi is going to do this.
Really?
Very soon. He said he has it on good authority to know that MoFi is going to do it because they did Off the Wall, Thriller, and Dangerous. He thinks they're going to do this one. But I don't know if I've ever seen a used copy of this.
Yeah.
So that's a rarity.
I feel like I saw one a few years ago, and it was pretty beat.
Okay. Jethro Tull, Waylon Jennings, Joan Jett, Elton John, Norah Jones, Journey. Now, this is a bizarre release. Did you look at this?
Yeah.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here's a Kiss bootleg. This is definitely a bootleg in case you couldn't tell. On the front cover, you have Paul and Gene in recent era with the unofficial Kiss logo.
Yeah.
And then on the back, you have the Revenge era lineup.
That's definitely a bootleg.
Yes, and was recorded in 94, live in San Paulo, 94.
Yeah.
So this is the correct lineup that should be being shown. But they're just using a picture of Paul and Gene in makeup to get you to think this is classic era. This is still a great era. I'm sure this show rules. But
well, it's kind of like that's coming off of like the Alive 3 era. So
Exactly.
It's got a lot of the same tracks.
translucent yellow vinyl. And this is number 26 out of 500. So that's kind of a cool thing. I don't know what the sound quality's like. I meant to throw it on, but I never got around to it. There's also a copy of one of Kiss's most underappreciated albums, Unmasked, in here. No poster, before anyone asks. There's no poster.
There's no actual Peter Criss drumming on it.
There's no Peter Criss drumming included either.
That may have his an image of his makeup.
Lady Gaga, Led Zeppelin, Little Feat, LL Cool J, Loretta
Lips
Lynn,
Inc.
Madonna, Lips Inc. Plastic Ono Band, original 1970 press. That's a rarity. Did you do that on purpose? Stuck it next to Pipes of Peace?
Yeah, man.
Scotty?
It's like they go hand in hand, right?
Yeah. Well, should we take a pause so I can complain about this?
Why not? It's, hey, before I was shifting everything. It was front row.
Thank God it's not anymore. Yeah, I can't think of a worse comp than this one.
When I was pricing it too, and there's this old sticker on here that says a capital value. I thought of you just thinking that a capital low value.
Capital low value, capital punishment is what it really is. All right. Yeah, the fine folks that frequent this store know I am not a fan of Steve Miller. Greatest hits. Not so sure.
Not so great.
Not so great. Now, there is some Mountain in here. That's great.
We've seen copies of Nantucket Sleigh Ride come through before. None more clean than the one that's in that bin right now.
All the Mountain records are must-own.
Yeah.
They're all great.
Yep.
Nantucket Sleigh Ride rules. Climbing is probably their best.
Yeah, I mean that's the classic.
Yes, and then the album just called Leslie West Mountain, which is technically their first record.
Yeah.
Even though it's a Leslie West solo record, that's must-own too. They didn't do a bad record.
No.
But what a phenomenal band. Here's Alanis Morissette, Jagged Little Pill, which I always have to remind Scotty, one of the greatest Family Guy lines ever. Lois Griffin goes, "There's Alanis Morissette. She went on to become the CD in the garage." So good.
Yes.
Because every time we get a CD collection in, this is in there and it's somehow in horrendous condition from being the CD in the garage. How big was this record when it was out, Scotty?
It was huge. Yeah. When CDs were king.
When CDs were king. I missed that time. We already talked about this, but I should talk about it again because it's that rare. And this is an 80s press. Sean Shishido, if you're watching, this isn't that reissue garbage version that you have that came with a signed photo of Nelson. This is an actual...
Was it a signed or was it a signed photo print?
No, it's legitimately signed.
Yeah.
Sidebar, let me share my Nelson story. I was walking into the NAMM show one time, and both Nelson brothers were outside on their cell phones, and they were dressed identical. Same jacket, same pants, everything. Same haircut, same cell phone. And one was standing like this, and the other was standing like this. It was incredible.
On purpose.
And I was like, wow, there's the Nelson twins. And then they started pushing everybody like they were trying to make way because they were bringing Derek Smalls from Spinal Tap out to commentate something. It was a base-off. They were bringing him out, so they corralled us all into this area to walk him by, and I was jammed next to Buck Dharma from Blue Oyster Cult.
Amazing.
All happened within about 30 seconds.
Yeah.
I saw the Nelson twins looking like the Shining twins, jammed up next to Buck Dharma as Derek Smalls walked by. Only at NAMM, folks.
That's the only
will
place
that
I can
happen.
see that. If you're wondering what Nelson had been up to, you can see them in the current season of Peacemaker on HBO Max.
There you go. New Kids on the Block, Hanging Tough, 2 LP picture disc. No one looks tougher than the fine kids and New Kids on the Block.
They were, they were tough. Especially looking on that step-by-step 12-inch.
Look at that.
Yep.
Hang on, we're getting comments. Throw it on the pile, Sean Shishito.
Of what?
Scotty, when are you setting up a post-rock vinyl section?
No, we got to get some more post-rock.
Got to get some more post-rock, Spanish. Sorry, it's coming. We've got all sorts of plans.
Don't worry, we won't throw that Nickelback record in
Yes.
the post-rock section.
Yeah, the hype sticker is ruined on here, but it says featuring Photograph, Rockstar, and Animals. There's 3 hits on this. And Side of a Bullet. That was a hit also.
I don't know how I did it, but I watched the Nickelback documentary with Ryan Roxy on the Cooper tour bus.
I didn't even know there was a Nickelback
Oh yeah, there
documentary.
is one, and because we were both very interested, because usually those documentaries have a bunch of talking heads, you know, puffing up the band and everything, and this one had like nobody. Like, I don't think they're friends even with other bands.
Nobody wants to be on camera talking about Nickelback.
But everything they showed, they're like in these stadiums.
Yeah, they're huge.
Massive.
I mean, well, that's one thing, right? Like, I'm not going home and listening to Nickelback, but like you look at a set list from their show and you're like, oh, I know that song, I know that song, I know that song.
Right.
That to me is the ultimate pin of success, is when anybody can look at your set and know 90% of it.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I saw Elton John. He did 27 songs, and I knew 26 of them.
Yeah.
The one I didn't know was from his yet-to-be-released album that he did with Leon Russell.
Right.
That was the only one I didn't know. Everything else you knew like it was your birthday.
Right. They have all that out there, and then that's this documentary, which was pretty well put together. I mean, Dave Grohl's not even in it.
Yeah, now that's saying something.
Yeah.
If you can't get Dave Grohl in your documentary, it's not even a real
Right.
documentary. Oh, we were talking about Oasis earlier. This is one of their most legendary gigs, Nebworth 96. They were never bigger than they were at that point. 3 LP set. Oasis at its finest. And if you want studio Oasis, Oasis at their finest.
At their finest.
Right?
Yep.
What's the story, Morning Glory? There's a
people
ton of
really-
Ozzy in here.
Some people really love Definitely Maybe, but
Yes.
I think What's the Story?
Well, I love Definitely Maybe as well,
Yeah.
but the pinnacle is What's the Story, Morning Glory.
Yeah.
From a songwriting perspective, from production, all of that. Like I said, tons of Ozzy, Blizzard of Oz, Patient Number 9. I don't know what this is. Oh, Live in Montreal, 81.
It's a bootleg.
It's a bootleg.
It's an unofficial European release.
Why is everything on yellow vinyl today?
Hey man, that's that's what they were running at the plant that day.
Ordinary Man and Bark at the Moon. I remember seeing this
Yeah.
as a kid, and it scared the shit out of me, the cover. But the cover that scared me even more was Speak of the Devil.
Yeah.
Ozzy looks nuts on that. That's probably my favorite Ozzy, too.
How about the video for So Tired? Did that scare you?
I don't think I ever saw that.
Yeah.
Papa Roach, Pearl Jam, Tom Petty. Here's some more bootlegs.
Some more. What color?
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, see the
You think
color.
they're yellow
They're
vinyl?
probably gonna be. These are gonna be in black.
Tom Petty. This is a full show from Chicago in
Yeah.
2003. Volume 1 and Volume 2, black vinyl,
Yep.
you called it. They both black vinyl? Black vinyl. This is unofficial, but it looks pretty cool. It's got to be great. It's Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers.
And speaking of unofficial,
Yeah, we're going to get there. But there's Tom Petty Greatest Hits, Long After Dark, which has lately become one of my favorite Petty records.
a great album.
I used to skip over it because I was not a huge fan of the synth on You Got Lucky. Just very dated.
That video was at a time in my life where, I mean, Everyone loved that video.
Yes. But Change of Heart is great. And one of my all-time favorite Tom Petty songs, Straight Into Darkness, is on this record.
Yeah.
We do have an official 3 LP copy of Wildflowers and All the Rest. Must Own, great pressing, by the way. This sounds awesome. The One Step just came out, and that, in my opinion, is definitive. This is not a bad second choice. But we also have an unofficial copy of Wildflowers. If you remember, up until about 2017, this record was unattainable.
Yeah.
It was $500 for an original
press.
press.
Crazy because it was a popular album. It
Yeah.
was on Warner Brothers. You know, it was huge.
But this is on gold vinyl. It's a bootleg.
Yeah.
But the quality's probably pretty good.
If you want to cherish those memories of when you couldn't buy a good copy of Wildflowers and you had to buy a Greek repress,
look no further than
right.
Rock City Music Company
There it is.
on Black Friday. For the Fish fans out there with a P, fans with a P, we've got a wide assortment of Fish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 Fish records.
13, because I know there's one that's not in there that's going to be going out.
Okay, yeah, right. 13.
Yep.
13 Fish records all in one place. Not going to see that again.
Yeah. No, you don't. Some of these titles you don't see that often.
All the classic Pink Floyd is in here. Look what the Cat dragged in. Another great banger from the glam metal era is Cry Tough.
Yeah.
Love that one.
How about the song Look What the Cat Dragged?
A great one.
Yeah.
Those are Poison's 2 best songs.
When I worked at UHF,
Certainly not Unskinny Bob.
when I was at UHF, the owner, Jeff, always used to tell me about how that album was completely a ripoff of some Swedish band that essentially put out the same thing.
Well, it might be. It very well might be. Rage Against the Machine Battle in Mexico City. Is this official?
I believe that was an RSD release from a few years back.
So, yeah, that. Otis Redding, Dock of the Bay. What a record. Rolling Stones, Goathead Soup. This is an underappreciated Stones record.
It is.
40 anniversary. Jessica Michelle, 40 anniversary. You talking about Look What the Cat Dragged In? Is that 40 years old? That sounds right.
Seems about right.
Great blues rock, Savoy Brown, A Step Further. I think this is their best record.
Yeah.
Made Up My Mind is great, and then Savoy Brown Boogie, that's like 40 minutes long.
Super clean, too. There was a few Little Feat records back there.
Yes, Waiting for Columbus is in
that
there.
were in great condition.
Smoking OPs, Bob Seger.
That's in fantastic shape. That is the Capitol repress, but it is still a nice copy.
Beautiful condition. Beautiful, beautiful condition. For all my Italian brethren out there, there's a ton of Frank Sinatra here. Hello, Young Lovers, A Man and His Music Trilogy, Swingin' Lovers, Come Fly With Me, Might As Well Be Swing. Tons of Sinatra bassy team-ups here.
Yeah.
But not Sinatra at the Sands. That's
Right.
not in here. Old Blue Eyes Is Back, Come Dance With Me, Swingin' Affair, and then just right to Skid Row.
Skid Row, that is a 2021 repress on gold vinyl.
Is it gold?
It may be. Well, it's
It's sealed.
Yeah, it's a sealed copy.
So we don't know what copy.
It might be, it might be gold. It might just be that yellow that looks like gold.
Another great record
Yeah.
from the 80s glam days. Although I wouldn't say Skid Row's really a glam band. They're just out from that time.
Yeah.
Soundgarden.
They got lumped in because
Springsteen
they
and
had
Shrink.
power ballads.
With the hype sticker.
It's so it looks so good. I had to leave the sale 677 sticker
Yes.
on it. No, it's not $6.77.
No, but it's not much more than that.
No.
People can bag on Springsteen, but this record has 11 tracks on it, and 8 of them are like number
Top
1
10
hits.
Yeah.
So, I think he got the last laugh there. Followed by Stained. They only had one
Chris
big hit.
Stapleton.
Chris Stapleton, Stephen Still, Stephen Still. Stone Temple Pilots, MTV Unplugged. Is this a bootleg?
Yup.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty. Yeah. In fact, yeah.
Well, there's only one way to tell. Here we go.
Yep.
Yep.
That is a boot.
It's purple, though, because they're the Stone Temple Pilots, and they put out that record
Yeah.
purple.
And you notice that you do not see Warner Brothers or Atlantic Records anywhere on that.
And there's only a picture of Scott Weiland.
Yeah.
He's the only member of the Stone Temple
'Cause
Pilots.
he was Stone Temple Pilots, apparently.
Ton of Billy Strings in here. 10cc. Tesla, more Tesla. Third Eye Blind. TLC.
2 TLC records.
I can't show this because it's suggestive, but all you need to know is that 2 Live Crew's greatest hits is in this bin.
That's right.
Tupac greatest hits, another must-own. 4 LP set, Tupac greatest hits. He had a lot of hits.
Did I ever tell you about when I was managing Camelot Music and we did a midnight sale for All Eyes on Me? It was all CDs and tapes. That's all it was.
Yeah. No vinyl?
Hundreds, yeah. There was no vinyl. Hundreds of copies sold.
This is a great record. Whitesnake, come and get it before they got really huge. This has Ian Pace on drums and John Lord from Deep Purple. Live at Leeds, must own. This has all the inserts, all 12 of them, including the Woodstock contract. Another one of my favorite albums, Edgar Winter, They Only Come Out at Night. That should be in every record collection. Winger, self-titled. Got The Wiz.
Oh, yeah, The Wiz, man.
Neil Young and the Shocking Pinks, Everybody's Rockin'. Quite possibly the worst record ever. This is the one David Geffen sued Neil Young over.
Yeah.
It was so bad that David Geffen, whom he had Neil signed to his label, sued him because he was making non-Neil Young music.
Yeah.
A ton of Zappa in here. Joe's Garage Volume 1, 2, and 3. Hot Rats. Apostrophe. Overnight Sensation. Mothers. Fillmore East. Zappa live in New York. Uncle Meat.
And Rob Zombie.
This is so good. This is the
That's
reissue.
my favorite Zappa record.
This one?
No, Rob Zombie.
Oh, yeah. This is a reissue pressed at Palace. It sounds great.
Yeah.
It'll kick the shit out of any original press, I promise you. And then, yeah, Rob Zombie. I can't show that, though, because the cover's a bit suggestive. But you don't see that often.
Yeah, she's not showing anything.
So that's a bit of a preview. My favorite music store. Thank you, Jetson.
Yeah.
Jessica Michelle. My friends give me a hard time not liking Bob Seger. I tried and tried, just can't. No way. Love Bob Seger. Mike Venezia, Black Vinyl, Ram a Lamb. Gold is like yellow. Ed Somerville, did I miss the Doorbusters? What are you referring to, Ed? Tell me what you mean. Are you talking about gear or records? Because technically all the records are Doorbusters.
Yeah.
Right?
And no, you didn't miss it. Friday.
Friday is when it happens.
Friday.
But let me remind everybody of the sales. All used is 20% off.
Correct.
All regular new vinyl, even the new releases, 15% off.
Correct.
And all record store day titles, 10% off.
Correct.
So right away, you're going to be saving money on whatever the tag price is. We may as well have not even wasted our time tagging something.
Right,
Because
exactly.
you're going to get a discount.
Yeah, it's just going to be, you're going to save.
Right? We do have some gear sales as well. Earthquaker devices, all Earthquaker stuff we have in stock, 15% off. We have some great stuff from Electro Harmonics. That stuff is all priced as marked. Some pedals and good stuff, not stuff that they're just trying to get rid of. The Soul Food, the 360 Looper, the Bass Soul Food, all of that stuff is up to 40% off.
There's some great deals.
Great deals. You can get a 360 Looper for like $75. That's insane. That Looper is great. It'll take on any other looper in the market, and a great value at $75. Our friends in Taylor have $100 off. 100 series, 200 series, 300 series, and 400 series. Some exclusions apply, but we have a lot of guitars that qualify for that. So right off the bat, you're going to save $100 on those. We're running a promotion with Reverend. You buy a Reverend from us, we're going to give you a gig bag. A Reverend gig bag, not just a random gig bag. We're going to give you a Reverend gig bag for your Reverend purchase.
And that is a good deal.
It's a $140 value, $150 value.
Yep.
What else? Oh, we're running a promotion for lessons. If you've been considering signing up for lessons, all new signups, new people, not returning people. You don't count. You've been here before.
Yeah.
New signups only, $99 this weekend only. That's a $40 value.
Wow.
$40 off. Thank you for doing this. It was fun. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jessica. I'm still waiting for Ed Somerville to write back. Did I miss the doorbusters? I want to know what he's referring to. What else are we doing, Scotty? We're running. I mean, there's sales store wide. So like,
yeah, we still have like the PRS sale.
PRS sale, 20% off SE models, 15% off USA made models. So instant savings there. There's Fender SKUs that are on sale. We've got gig bags on sale. We've got strings and straps on sale. We got sales everywhere.
Yeah.
So you come in to buy something on Friday, Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, whatever we call it for Sunday. That doesn't have a name for some reason. And then there's Cyber Monday. And then there's Giving Tuesday. Shouldn't Giving Tuesday be before all the depletion of the money? Just throwing that out there. Shouldn't Giving Tuesday be the Tuesday before Thanksgiving?
What? What's Giving Tuesday?
Where you're supposed to donate to charity.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That makes
Giving
sense.
Tuesday. Yeah. But that's right. I would think that that's the most important thing.
Right.
Would be to donate to charity. So maybe that should happen before everyone goes and buys a TV.
Yeah.
Or records or whatever.
But regardless, if it's not on sale, there's still a good chance that we will still work with you on something.
That's absolutely true, Scotty. I'm glad you mentioned that. Yes, everything is on sale in some capacity. Just come down and see us. If you've had your eye on something, we're happy to hook you up, happy to get you out of here with some new gear, some new records, some new pedals, some new T-shirts, some new posters, some new strings, some new straps, whatever it is you want.
Yep. Spanish Bard asks, are you extending Black Friday deals throughout the weekend? Indeed.
Yes and no.
On some things.
We're
Indeed
extending.
on some things.
We're extending the deals on what's left.
Yeah.
Because if you have your eyes on some of these RSD stuff, don't wait.
Yeah, RSD exclusives. That's a
We're gonna run the sale price on them, but
they just may not be.
They just might not be here. That's what I'm trying to say. Is like if you have your eye on, there's high velocity stuff there. Don't be trying to wait till Sunday to get a Ramones. Don't be trying to wait till Sunday to get a Tom Petty. It's not going to be here.
Don't do the classic. Yeah, another one in the back.
Yes, we put everything out. Nothing's in the back.
The magical back room.
The magical back room. And obviously used stuff is one-offs. We don't have multiples of that. I do want to take a moment, since we have so many people watching, and say that Black Friday actually is our 10th anniversary, if you can believe that.
Yep.
I can't believe it's been 10 years. Some days it feels like it's been 30 years.
Yeah.
Some days it feels like it's been a year. So thank you to everybody who has supported us in these 10 years. We've been able to accomplish and do a lot of cool stuff. The place has grown. We've aged. We've lost some people in the physical sense, and they are missed always. And we're always excited for the future.
Yep.
But we can only have the future if you continue to support and continue to show your awesome faces in here. Don't forget we ship right to your door.
Yeah.
There's that. And also I want to say, everybody gets caught up in Black Friday and Small Business Saturday and all the great sales stuff that happens this weekend. I know this is like the kickoff to holiday shopping.
Yeah.
But please, please, please support local.
Yeah.
This year. Support local. I know Amazon is convenient. I know. I'm trying to decide who I should mention.
It's almost
Walmart.
not fair that those businesses can even run anything called Black Friday, because the original point of Black Friday was to sell your stock and get you up in the black and out of the red.
That's the whole name of Black
You can't
Friday.
tell me that those companies have ever been in
Yes.
the red.
And the big thing I always say, especially about what we do, because I think there's so many great local businesses that do a variety of things, whether they're a restaurant, whether they're a hair salon, whether they're a flower shop, whatever. Everybody does their own thing, right? But specific to us, you should not be buying records where you can buy Chef Boyardee. That's completely compromises the integrity of vinyl and music and creative arts. You should not be buying records where you're buying your groceries. I understand back in the day you could, because it was such a huge part of life. I understand that.
Yeah.
I know history says you used to get your records at Kmart. I get that. But nowadays, it's so specialized and it's so niche that you need to support the people that dedicate their lives to it. And I want to say there is so many great stores around here. It's not just us. I mean, we want you to come and support us, but Dearborn Music, Village Vinyl, Found Sound, People's Records. There's so many outstanding stores, Melodies and Memories.
Yeah.
I can't name everybody, but like
a ton of them out there.
I frequent all of these stores, and we're all friends. We all want each other to survive. So even if you can't make it to us, please, I'm begging you, go support those stores on Black Friday, on Record Store Day. Gear side of things, same thing. I'll say the same thing. Motor City Guitar, Huber Breeze. These guys are friends of ours. Like, we want everyone to thrive and do well. Are we competitors? Of course we are, but we're also friendly in this game of trying to stay afloat and survive and bring gear and music and everything to our communities. And that is something, folks, that Amazon and Walmart and Target do not give a shit about. Well, so don't support them.
They don't have RSD exclusives.
They don't have RSD exclusives, but every minute they've got something.
They have their variant
to try and get you over there.
Their Chef Boyardee variants.
Their Chef Boyardee variants.
Mike Venezia wants to know about the Chef Boyardee variants. I'm telling you, if Chef Boyardee did put a record out, just like, the Colonel Sanders records, I probably would have it.
Yes, oh, me too. But, hang on, answers questions and such too. Oh, yeah, Jessica Michelle says small businesses are more personable. That's true. Behind every small business is a mug like this one of people that are dedicating their lives. And we have a great crew here. And all those stores I just mentioned have a great crew. So support them. No matter where you are, support your local business. We need it now more than ever. Every business does.
Yep.
So while I understand the convenience of Amazon, while I understand the convenience of Walmart, this is the time to dig in and support the local business. It doesn't take much more than 5 minutes to stop in and see us.
Right.
Right?
Exactly.
All right, that's enough of that PSA. I hope everybody appreciates that, though, because I do mean it.
For a brief second there, I thought this Frank Sinatra record said, "Hello, young losers."
I do want to say there's another thing I have to add before we sign off here, and we're going to button this up. Huge shout out, happy birthday shout out to our great friend Ken Haas at Reverend Guitars, CEO of Reverend, and probably the tallest guy I know, Ken Haas.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Ken. I think he's 52, I think. I hope I didn't get that wrong. I hope I didn't just say he was older than he is. But happy birthday,
that
Ken.
Still makes him younger than me.
He might be.
Yeah.
He might be. I don't know for certain.
And if he's the tallest person, it was a bit. It was nuts to see him and Greg Cox standing next to each other because
Greg's the only guy taller than Ken.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, that guy is massive. He is a giant. I think that about sums it up, though. Like I said, sales store-wide, we open at 10 a.m. on Black Friday. Yep. So if you want to be first in line for all this great stuff, 10 a.m. is when the doors open. Don't walk up at 10 thinking you're going to be the first person in here. That's not going to happen.
Right.
You got to suffer a little bit. All of us do. There'll be people out there doing this thing. What is this, by the way? When you're cold, the bouncing up and down with your face beat red? What is that?
You can easily solve that with a nice pair of gloves and a winter coat.
And a face mask.
Yeah, you see someone up trying to look cool.
Yeah. Yeah, no need to look cool when it's freezing. We put some new used gear out. Like I said, I promoted the Reverend thing. I talked about Taylor, talked about Earthquaker, talked about Electro Harmonics, and then, like I said, sales store-wide. And as Scotty mentioned, even if there's not a promoted sale, come down. We're happy to take care of you on some stuff. And we've got a ton of stuff still coming in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Shipping times have been a little bit unreliable lately.
Yep.
So things that we were thinking would be here for Friday are probably not going to be here until Monday.
Or might show up during the thick of it on Friday.
Yeah, that's what'll happen.
Like one title we didn't talk about, Bruno Mars.
Yes, Bruno Mars. Yes, but yeah, that's probably for sure what'll happen is there'll be 75 people in line and UPS will be showing up going, "Hey, I got stuff to bring in."
Yeah.
But either way, shop with us this holiday season. Stuff will change daily. There'll be things showing up. We'll be changing out the displays. More records will be coming in. Scotty has records showing up almost every holiday season, every day. A box comes in of restock or turntables or accessories or whatever. It's like every day we're adding stuff or replenishing stuff. And we do special orders too. So if there's something you're looking for, even if we don't have it in the store, as long as it's available, we're happy to get it for you.
Yep.
Right?
We'll have it for you.
All right. I think that about sums it up. We've been on here 2 hours. So it's time to wrap it up. We're I think, knock on wood, are we pretty much done?
Yeah, I've got a few bits of fine tuning, but this was a first.
It was a first because
I mean there was a lot of time put into getting there. However, it wasn't there's been some scrambles or there's been hours put in after.
Well, I was going to say the last couple of times we finish up this video, which is always a couple hours long because there's so much to talk about.
Yeah.
And then Scotty and I have to still stay here and work until 1 o'clock in the morning just to finish everything up. I don't think that's going to happen. Knowing us, we forgot about something major that we won't remember until 9:15 on Friday.
Right.
But we'll deal with that on Friday. Right?
Yeah. I actually had thought about that, and I'm looking around and think, I don't see anything that was overlooked.
I don't see anything either. But we'll
Make a list, people.
Yeah, something will happen.
Always make a list.
We have to wait till the rest of our team shows up because they're always good at pointing something out.
Oh, yeah, where's this?
Oh, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Mike Venezia said everything UPS and FedEx are starting to be delayed by a day or two due to the volume at this time of year. That's absolutely true.
That is true.
And you would think we would know that by this point.
Oh, I know, yeah.
But somehow...
Scrambling, trying to get some orders in for next day, and then the next day comes and... label made.
You talk to our vendors and you go, can you overnight that? And they just laugh.
They'll say yes.
They'll say, yeah, we'll charge you for overnight and then you'll get it 3 days from now.
Yep.
And they go, well, we sent it.
Yeah.
Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. We will see you again, 10 a.m. on Friday is when the doors will open. Again, reminder about the sales, 20% off used, 15% off regular new titles, and 10% off Record Store Day exclusives. I think that about covers it. I don't think I got anything else to say. Happy Thanksgiving. Go Lions. Eat a lot. Enjoy the time with your families. And I think that's about it.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. I can't think of much else.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in. It's going to be a good weekend. Yeah. I think that's... Oh, one more thing to say.
One more.
Saturday. Small Business Saturday. But it's also WWE Survivor Series War Games. Now, Scotty, I don't know if
you know, there was something that was almost forgot, but now you just remembered.
Yes. Now, Scotty, I know you haven't been up on your wrestling lately, but War Games is competed in 2 rings with a massive steel cage around both rings. You've never seen wrestling like this.
I don't think I have.
Is
George the Animal Steel there?
No, he is not. Wait, Ed left another comment. Okay, guys and gals, see you then. Happy Thanksgiving. Ed, you never said what it was you were asking about with the doorbusters. Yeah. Thank you to everybody that said congrats on 10 years. Okay. Mike, I know it's in San Diego. I hope. Do you live close to there? Mike Venezia lives in San Diego because he works at Taylor. Nice job, guys. You're ready. Thank you, Spanish. Have a great Thanksgiving, and we'll see you soon. Yes, you as well. I'm just trying to make sure I saw everybody's comments.
Yeah. I know, because sometimes I always see comments pop up after the fact.
And there's like...
They don't always come up like as I'm watching on the screen here.
And there's like 85 comments on this video, so... No, it looks like we got everybody.
Cool.
Yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, spending your Thanksgiving Eve with us. Stay warm, stay safe, and we will see you on Friday.